The standoff between Russia and the West over Ukraine has sparked a stormy debate today at the United Nations. Russia accused the U.S. of bringing Nazis to power in Kiev. The United States said it's Moscow that is guilty of aggressive moves. Stephanie Sy reports.
In the United Nations Security Council today, a fractious discussion over the crisis in Ukraine. Russia accused the U.S., which called the meeting, of inciting panic and attempted to shut it down.
The open format for discussion proposed by the U.S. on this extremely sensitive topic is making this a classic example of megaphone diplomacy.
But the meeting continued with Russia in the hot seat. The U.S. pushed the Kremlin to de-escalate its military buildup along its border with Ukraine.
This is the largest, hear me clearly, mobilization of troops in Europe in decades. And as we speak, Russia is sending even more forces and arms to join them.
Diplomats from around the world urged Russia to stand down or face consequences.
In the best-case scenario, the scale of the Russian forces assembled on three sides of Ukraine is deeply destabilizing. In the worst case, it is preparation for a military invasion of a sovereign country.
But the Russian envoy again denied plans to attack Ukraine, charging the U.S. with escalating tensions.
The discussions about a threat of war is provocative in and of itself. You are almost calling for this. You want it to happen.
The U.S. and its NATO allies have rejected Moscow's demands NATO pull back troops from Eastern Europe and ban Ukraine from ever joining the alliance. Ukrainian officials today said they had the right to decide their own treaties and alliances. At the White House, President Biden called the Security Council meeting a critical step against Russia's military posture.
We continue to urge diplomacy as the best way forward. But with Russia's continuing its buildup of its forces around Ukraine, we are ready no matter what happens.
For weeks, Russia has massed more than 100,000 troops along Ukraine's borders and has now begun joint military drills in neighboring Belarus. In Ukraine's east, Ukrainian forces continue military drills. Meanwhile, volunteers in Kyiv have begun self-defense training. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Stephanie Sy.